Amaeke, an agrarian landlocked community in Umuahia North local government area, lies at the outskirts of Abia State capital and ready to absorb an eventual overflow of human and infrastructural capital in no distant time.
Well, Amaeke community is a lovely community, a very peaceful community, and a hard-working community because of the people that is in it and the engine of this place. Yeah, we are known for peaceful coexistence, and then we are known also for farm producing products like cassava, yam, cocoyam, maize, and cucumber. We do produce it, and this is the only road that leads to our farmland. And some of us had our house over there too.
Recently, the community raised an alarm over a threatening earth tremor that has left the residents in perpetual fear of the unknown. Livelihood is threatened, farm production is on the halt, while business have almost ceased. Just as parents constantly watch over their kids, who can no longer play around without falling into the deep gullies created by the incident.
This road have cut off now. It has cut off so many economic activities, more especially those women that have been take one or two loans to invest on farming. So there's no how they can be able to bring out their crops. And we have bumper harvest this year. So there's no how we can be able to move them to the market in order to service the loan they have for the agriculture.
Deeply concerned by the Save Our Soul messages by the community, we set out in search of the community, navigating from Flow FM's Factory Road office through Bender Road. We hit the Amaeke Junction, where we spotted an overflowing waste receptacle along the road. Coupled with the raining season and the bad roads, Amaeke Junction is really a bad sight to behold and needs urgent attention of the environmental authorities. We continued our journey to Amaeke, passing through Umeziagu, Isiado Afarata, through the Third Road, then busted into what seemed like a bridge. But upon close examination, we discovered it was a deep gully erosion that is almost cutting off the communities apart. Well, right now we are on our way to Amaeke, the location of a land tremor. Now, the members of this community experienced a land tremor some days back, and it is posing as a threat to residents of this community. But on our way to Amaeke, we stopped over at this bridge because there is work ongoing. It's like something put. They're trying to fix the bridge to put it in place for erosion, So the work is ongoing, and the bridge is looking almost done, if not, no, not done, but almost done. It's actually a very big environment, very slopey, wild expanse of land. Mother nature at its best, but then constructed, but it looks like they are struggling with erosion. The community could actually be cut off from the rest of the world if this bridge is not completed as soon as possible. We're still on our way to the site where the land tremor occurred. and we'll keep you posted. The residents were quick to remind us that we were still far away from the action point.
Once I go, you get where we reach. Now go where we reach now. Continue going like no be stress. Don't continue going like this. Okay. Now go down more.
Then go direct now to
Direct to now. Side.
The place now side.
Are they walking there? So just direct to now. You can go now. You go inside. You go the boot.
And we continued. The crew finally arrived at the Tremor site. We also saw the damaged fence of the former traditional ruler of the community and the villagers who had to navigate a man-made steep down the gully to access the road to their farm. The crew members also joined to have a feel of what has become a daily experience for the community. Tremor site right now, and as you can see, I am trying to navigate my way through this man-made steps. I call it man-made steps because they look like steps, but then they were made by men. Hopefully, I will not land on my face. All right? Okay. I think I am trying to get down right now. Okay. Amazing! I did it! Finally, I was able to make my way down the stairs without landing on my face, and we are approaching the main site where the tremors actually occur. Now, you might be wondering what land tremor is. They are just little earthquakes. Little earthquakes. Yes, earthquakes are huge, we know that, but then land tremors have got to do with earthquakes, the earth shaking and all of that. Now we are looking at something done by Mother Nature, but it's not a good sign. The tremors actually affected houses in this area, the community. I guess some people living here would have moved away because, as you can see, there are there are homes here, and this is the home of the late traditional ruler. This is the home of the late Eze Uzo Onwa-Sohanya. Now you can see that his home was affected by the land tremor. Not just his home, but there are other people in the community that have been affected by this occurrence of Mother Nature. We have right now with us one of the sons of the community of Amaeke. Please, you would introduce yourself and let us know everything about you.
All right, thank you very much. I am Wachuku Obioma Kingsley. I am the former youth president and also the former chairman Amaeke community.
Okay.
So we have been experiencing this kind of a thing before now. If I should take you to other sites around the community, you will find this kind of a thing, or even the ones that are bigger than this one.
Oh, so this is not even the first time?
No, this is not the first time. As you actually said about our former traditional ruler, late Eze Uzo Onwa-Sohanya, one of Afrata, his people has moved out from this place. The other building opposite him, they have also moved out.
Okay.
If you go community around, you will find out that so many people have left their home, more especially those that are living close to where these things are happening. They have already left their home. So we have been calling on government to come and help us. Ministry of Environment have come. The NEMA has come. But up till now, we have never seen anybody again. And the whole thing, based on the season, it still continues doing, also affecting other places. So
when you say the season, is the rainy season, yes?
Yes, the rainy season, you know, there's the peak of time that you have this type of things. In the dry season, you hardly see them. But since last year, rainy season, we have been experiencing a kind of serious issues on land tremor.
From the best of your knowledge, when was the first time this thing actually occurred in this community?
Okay, now you can see the first entrance as an after welcome to Amaeke.
Yeah.
That was the first time we saw that kind of a thing last 2 years.
Okay.
Then the House of Assembly representing us, Honorable Chichapu Gona came in and do some palliatives there. So since last 2 years, we have been experiencing this kind of landslide, land trauma, and all the rest of them.
What is the intensity? Have you been here when it ever happened? What's the intensity?
Yes, the magnitude, you will feel it. More especially when we have a kind of thunder sound, the whole place will like shake. Before you know it, some places will like move. Okay. You will see them moving down the other side. So it has been
and it doesn't give you like a time of the day. It happens anytime.
Like this one happened in the night when people are sleeping. Like these people that own this house, they have to leave immediately that night when they heard the sound of this earth moving down. So there is no how you stay around and see this kind of a thing that you, as a human being, that you will stand. So
has there been any casualties at all since this thing started occurring in this community?
Well, we thank God there have not been any fatality, but we will not wait till then. So that's why we are pleading that government should come to our rescue. You see the kind of road that you cross there, the danger those things has caused there. So we will not wait until we lose anybody.
So what the community as a whole, what are the members of the community doing, before help comes from wherever? Yes,
like the youth of the community, last 3 weeks, they came and saw everything that happened. Now this coming Saturday, they are going to clear this place and start planting all these trees that can, like banana and the rest of them, that can hold on. But if after planting them, if the soil also move, you find out that all of them will go down and wash out.
Yeah, that's true.
So how do people move to the other side now that the road is cut off?
All right, like what you see here now, the road is flat and it has been motorable. There are houses, people are living up there. In fact, 2 cars were trapped there that cannot come out again. This is the only major route to the place. Mostly farmlands are here, houses are here. So what we did is to plead the Eze, the family. So now they gave us a little entrance that you can cross from. So, and you know what it means, going through somebody's compound to access your own house, you know what it means. So this is the only major entrance, or the only entrance that you can go to those places.
Okay. What is this community known for?
This community has been known for farming. Like some minutes ago before you came in, you would have seen women coming out with maize, vegetable, cassava, and yam. So we have been known that we supply these goods to those that are living in the urban area. So like this road have cut off now, it has cut off so many economic activities, more especially those women that have been take 1 or 2 loans to invest on farming. So there's no how they can be able to bring out their crops. And we have bumper harvest this year. So there's no how we can be able to move them to the market in order to service the loan they have for the agriculture. So it's a big problem to us as of now.
So how does it feel sleeping at night, not knowing what would happen?
Yes, like it's a very terrible thing. You can imagine when you are there with your family, with your children, with your wife, and such thing would happen. Like this one now, if you measure it, is up to 10 meters or more than. So it is not a good experience for one to have such a thing happen around him or her.
We shall move on with you now and check out the rest of the community and what the whole community is going through. As you can see, this section of the community has been cut off from the rest of the world. Like you heard our youth leader say that the women, market farmers who actually go to the farm to harvest their crops have been cut off from the rest of the world, and moving their crops from the farm to the market has become a very big. Away from the site, we noticed a very beautiful house, and the community leader still with us has a lot to share concerning the tremors and how it has affected so many structures in the community. Look at this beautiful house, for instance.
Like you see this house now, the owner is one of our senior uncle. He's not at home. But we noticed that after the trauma crossed the road, share the part into two, cross over to this house, now divide this house into two, of which, if care is not taken, this house is going to be dropped down. That is the kind of things we are facing here. Like you can see also, this one now, because of how this place is and how we live, this house is also going out if care is not taken, because the erosion or the landslide is almost at the edge there. Yeah. So all these places that you are seeing now are the back of the main community, and all these places are also threatened by all this slide. So that's why I told you earlier on that the whole people that are living at the edge, just like this place now, all of them has vacated, because you don't know when it will happen, and it normally happens in the night, where maybe there will be no help or little.
Members of this community will actually be sleeping with one eye.
Yes, actually, because there's no how you will have such threats at your back and you will be sleeping with two eyes closed. So that is the reason why whatever you are doing, you just come in, look at the house, nothing has happened to it, you go out, because it's a very big threat. Because if this house should drop from there, before coming down here, I believe everything inside with that, we don't pray for that. So that is why we are pleading, asking government to come and rescue us. That's why we are shouting and pleading.
The sooner the better.
Yeah.
We proceeded to other areas of the community, where we met an 80-year-old retiree of the defunct Nigeria Telecommunications Authority, NITEL, who cried out over an uncertain future that leaves his 4-bedroom apartment and the family hanging. He explained that he built the house from his entitlements. Good afternoon. Hello. Yes, sir. Yes. Can you go after?
I'm Emmanuel. Chijoke.
And never bulogi. Okay. Kedu this land tremor si we metagi.
One since I'm son of the soil. Now on your home gamadat number nama Amaeke Chineke na chukunya mundo no andu today. Udi ihe na-eme this na-eme na ọ na-eyi m egwu. Ebe a na-azụ ebe a. Ai nwunye nwere ike ga ebe a ka m hụ ebe a osi ebe a onye nwe ụlọ ọrụ cha na before. O si n'elu zepụta n'ụzọ ebe a. Ya bidoro rụọ akwa ụlọ ike. Ọ bụ amara Chineke mere ebere. Ebe a ka m na ụmụ m na. Eruteghị na ebe a niile. Ụjọ egwu ga na-atụ m na na-ehi ụra enwe ihe mmiri na-eme na. Yes. So mmiri zuwe na egwu na-atụ m. Ama m I don't
know. Like he was saying, he's one of our fathers here, and this is his house. And
since I was born, I want to be here.
What he is trying to do. That is what he's trying to do. Everybody is afraid. He said that he's afraid. One is that this place can fall at any time.
It can fall anytime.
So that is the threat.
I don't know
why they are afraid. If you watch the neighbor, the came down and destroyed the house. That's why he said that the person started afread to build another home. So that is the things we are seeing around, and that's why everybody is afraid.
So we need to now.
I'm government. We but I know also. But I know also. Then no turn now. I can't do anything. I tell my who can tell serve government. From P&T to NITEL. More retire. No, you can't recommend me. We can manage again. How do you want to came now? Turn on now. Oh, government can not. See, Abiko. How about I also in your market? It Bolahaga this
Bolamaga.
Ha. They know too bad. I am a guapo now. I'm going to get me. I know your government. Both federal, state and federal.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
In Africa, we are well known for our communal spirit, the relationship and the bond that we share. Though what happened was of large magnitude, we sought the attention of the community leaders on what has been done to get the attention of necessary government agencies for urgent intervention. And right now we are here with the community leader, sir. We need to know you.
Yeah, my name's Jerry Chukwemeka Uluoha.
Okay.
By God's grace, the community chairman of this place you are now.
All right. So can you tell us about this community, Amaeke community?
Well, Amaeke community is a lovely community, a very peaceful community, and a hard-working community because of the people that is in it and the engine of this place.
What are the people known for?
Yeah, we are known for peaceful coexistence, and then we are known also for farm producing products like cassava, yam, cocoyam, maize, and cucumber. We do produce it, and this is the only road that leads to our farmland. And some of us had our house over there too.
So since this tremor started happening, in fact, when did it start?
Actually, we've never experienced this kind of thing before. Some people will say it's erosion. I've never known my village to be an erosion area. So this actually earth tremor. And this thing happened on the first week of June. We're in July, right?
Yes.
The first week of June. That was when this thing happened. First of all, we came and we saw a very big crack, about 1, 2, 3, 4 demarcations. Then the next day it collapsed down. And fell this fence that the house I just showed you over there also cracked, and so many people that is living in there, their vehicle is still trapped inside there. Yes,
so they are cut off from
coming out. Yes, and we cannot go to our farmland anymore because this is the only road. You can see what we dig here now, just to pass through. Yeah.
The human steps.
Yeah.
So it's actually man-made.
Yes, human steps.
Yes.
And that's the effort we made, just to see that we go in there and come out.
So from the look of things, it has affected economic activities in this community.
Oh yeah. Yes, it has affected the community economically. It has affected us negatively, and we are appealing to the government to please come to our rescue. Come to our rescue, at least to do something here so that we can have access to our farmlands and then some of our homes that are there. This particular road leads to Urban Market.
Okay.
Straight. That market at Uzako, it leads to that place. So we are appealing that the government should come to our rescue.
All right. While we wait for the government, what are the community people doing?
Actually, what we first of all did was they assigned an alternative road we cut off from the back of this house.
Okay.
We appealed to the owners of the land there. They gave us access. We now made a road there because there are some aged people that cannot pass through here. So pass through that place. Then the next thing we did was to clear the bush behind this place, so that you see the essence of the damage down there.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that is what we have done so far. Yes, sir.
All right. So far, so good. That's the only measure. But what suggestions do you have?
Former chairman.
The suggestion I have, like here now, I would want the government to come and help us at least pamphlet this place. Then plant something like trees and bamboo trees around there. Then grade this place, fill it, so that we can have access between this way, just this way, to the farmland again. So if we can have such help from the government for now as temporary measure, we'll be happy.
Promise Vincent Middle. Yeah, check our government email. Can have better on your senior marker. They make a bad drama because here ever was on in the Madigabi, Benadiganya, no 14 the Madigabi cheba. So here made about all the very shock never I know because here made no bagame, Eba, Ndegabi and one Degabi piano. And those are Daniel Kemper, government battalion senior marker, came ya or for more to question.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
So,
Thank-
ito ọ dị kịta, eh? Kịta you
mba
see.
na otu ụzọ dị ugbu a ọ dị ụzọ anyị na-eshi aga ọrụ and ebe ahụ egbupụrụ na ka anyị na-eshi aga ọrụ ebe ahụ dị anya ọ ya mere mụnwa ji shitekwe ụzọ anyị na-eshikwa bifo na-aga ọrụ bikos ihe a mere ebe a ọ dị anya ezigbo mwute kwụsị ụmụ nwaanyị ụfọdụ ndị na-arịa ọkwụ ndị na-arịacha ihe nle ha ịgbacha gburugburu ahụ na-enye ha nsogbu so ọ wụ ụzọ awụ nke doro anya onye nwa na-eshi na-aga ọrụ na-alọta
Kedu maka ụmụaka?
ma ụfọdụ ụmụaka ugbu a ha na-ehicha ihe a na-aga ya otu ahụ ọ dị ụfọdụ ndị ha bụrụ ihe gara ebe a ha ada so ụzọ a kacha ha mkpa karịa ebe ahụ ha gara aga gburu anyị ụzọ biko gọọmenti gbata anyị ọsọ enyemaka ọ ga-adịrị anyị obi mma and anyị ga-enye Chineke ekele ma ha gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka ihe ọ bụla ha sịkwa anyị ka anyị mee anyị ga-eme ka o kwere ya gaa aga.
My name is Ambrose James.
Ambrose James.
Yeah.
And you're a son of this community.
Yeah, I'm a son of this community.
Okay, so how long have you been experiencing land tremors here?
This long slide of land tremors has been experiencing far back, maybe sometimes ago, but it has never happened like this before. So maybe sometimes we call it erosion, but this one happened recently. Come by our control because when you look at it, it's very, very scary.
So this is like the biggest the community has
Yeah, we have
experienced.
never seen this one before.
Okay, so what do you want the government to do now for you?
You know, government of the day, we appreciate them because they are trying their best. So we are calling on them. You know, this is more than us. For them to come and help us, because if you look at the village, you see we live in the valley, so we cannot afford to evacuate from this community. So you know, government should help us. It's a certain level. They should come for our rescue. So it's needed now.
All right.
Because when you look at this, surrendering, all our surrenders have been threatened, so we don't know what we're going to do.
Okay.
We later spoke with the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Environment, Engineer Tom Okoro, who earlier visited the community.
It's very bad. What Amaeke people are experiencing is tremor due to the rains so far. And if it's not, if government doesn't come for an intervention, quick intervention, the whole village will be in danger before the end of the rainy season. It's a very serious tremor. I can tell you that. Yeah. If you notice the whole building surrounding here, they've all been, cracked. Even the roads are cracking because the tremor is pulling down to all this gully around the community. It's serious. That's what I say. It's tremor. It's because of the rain, and secondly because of the soil texture of this place. The Beku, from our experience so far, the Beku has a very porous soil texture. So that's making it, heavy rains, it will start flushing off the surface. It will just be. And that's what I'm saying. The state government will now write to the federal government for quick intervention because it's going to be a disaster, natural disaster, if not attended to. I want to use this opportunity to appeal to the federal government to come to the aid of Amaeke people in Amaeke Beku, in Abia State. They are experiencing terrible, serious tremor, movement of earth downwards because of their bad soil texture, and the rains are heavy. We're appealing to them to quickly come and intervene, or the whole one day you wake up, the whole village will be under.
Beyond the trepidation, an uncertain future that lies in wait for the people of the area. Amaeke community may not have the best topography, but it is home to beautiful vegetation that can become a tourist endpoint and an arable farmland of note. The people are so welcoming and hospitable, but the federal and state government needs to save the community from imminent danger. That's it on this episode of Rural Matters.